Hey guys, welcome back to another Cole Culture automotive video. I'm Blake Cole, this is my brother Tommy Cole, and today we're going to be talking about why you should probably be going with the all-new Powerboost instead of the Ford Lightning. Let's talk about it. Okay, so why might you want to change your Ford Lightning order to going down to your dealership and picking up one of these trucks right now? Well, that's sort of one of the big reasons, right? You can get a Powerboost in any trim level right now, and you won't have to wait. Something else that's pretty big here is when these Ford Lightnings do finally hit the lots. If you haven't seen my other video, I'll link it in the description, but Ford dealerships, I should say, are already headhunting with these deals, and the price on these Ford Lightnings, even if you ordered one, are gonna be very high. They're going to be price gouging like crazy, and they're really going to be going after you guys. So if you have one on order, you may want to think about having the cheaper Powerboost. So here's something else to really think about, guys, especially after taking ownership of a Powerboost. Yes, we are slightly partial, but understand I'm a big Ford person overall, and I want to see the Lightning succeed. That being said, the Ford Lightning is all new technology, and they're going to be working out a lot of kinks in the first 3 years of this model. And that is something that I really don't see being a problem on the hybrid. I actually think this is going to be one of the most reliable engines that Ford has ever put in an F-150. I mean, Tommy, I know you were considering the Lightning. It was something, we live in Southern California, gas is outrageous, and that was a solution there. So because he's my brother, I know that he was looking at the Lightning, and I knew there was a couple huge things that even I didn't think about that through our research, he kind of discovered. And these are going to be things that you're going to have to think about as well. So what were those reasons?
Huge one was going to be solar. So I do have solar in my house. I have a certain amount of panels. If I was going to go with the Lightning or an electric vehicle, I would have had to add more solar panels in my house, which that would have increased my electric bill for the solar a massive amount. If you ever want to resell your house or anything like that, now you're stuck with that price right there for the electricity bill, and I really didn't want to lock myself into that.
Yeah, it's like you said, so if you ever want to sell your house, which the market here in California is crazy, it's hot right now, so you never know when you're going to want to make that move. Your next buyer of the house is going to have to also commit to that solar payment, and it's sort of a risk to run right now. The other thing is, when that all evens out, it's really not much more than gas. And it's actually more than what you would get with the Powerboost. The Powerboost MPG is so good that even with gas being as crazy as it is, it's going to be less expensive than if you have a Ford Lightning and are charging it every day at home. There is a caveat to this. Now, I know a lot of people have free charging at work. If you have a free charging station at work, then that might be worth it for you. Other thing to think about here is Tommy's a family man. He's got kids, he's got a wife, he's got stuff to do, he's got vacations to plan, all types of things. We are in SoCal and we go to Vegas a lot, Arizona a lot. There's no charging stations between here and there. And yeah, the Lightning has, I believe it's 400-mile range on the standard, and you can get like 700 depending on the weight in the vehicle. That's not a very reliable thing, especially not when you could just pull over and get gas at any time and have the power of the electric battery and electric motor on the vehicle, which is what we have in this Powerboost. I mean, you really get the best of both worlds, especially in a world that hasn't really accepted electric cars yet. Another big thing to think about here, guys, is you can't charge the Lightning in like 5 minutes. Could you imagine sitting there with screaming kids in the car, whatever you got to do, and you have to sit there for at least, I think the minimum charging is like 45 minutes for 50% battery life. I couldn't imagine doing that.
Well, just a quick example, Vegas, we're about 4 hours away from Vegas. So to drive there and have to stop off for another hour, 45 minutes, 30, however long it's going to take, that's going to be rough. It's already going to be a long time to have your kids in the car, to have the family in the car. As big as this car is, I am 6'4", so I don't like to be in cars for a long time. I'd rather just pull up, get my gas. I'm driving to Vegas with great gas mileage in this. That's the way to go.
So another thing to look at here, guys, is yes, the Lightning is going to be fast as hell. We do know that for a fact. But that doesn't mean that this truck also isn't fast as hell. If you haven't seen our 0 to 60 video and all the drive modes in this yet, I'll put a link in the description. You should really check it out. I think it's going to surprise you. He's going to brake torque it, and we're going to see what this puppy can do. So I'm going to count you down, and then we'll go ahead and go. So go ahead and start. 3, 2, 1, go. Holy shit. Oh! So if you're like me and you're a real enthusiast of trucks, you probably like the V8 as the best option. But if you're like him and have a family and have a lot of responsibilities that I luckily don't have yet in my life, then this type of truck option is going to be perfect for you if you're not yet willing to commit to go all electric. The world hasn't committed to going all electric. Where we live, the closest charging stations to us is what, Cabazon?
I think so.
Like, and they're all Tesla only ones.
So that's 30 minutes away, by the way.
So like to do that, you either have to charge at home, at work, or at that one. And that's a real pain in the butt. Not only that, if you're a truck guy, car guy, there's something you love about hitting the gas pedal.
That's true.
And don't get me wrong, the acceleration of all electric cars like Teslas, it's pretty amazing.
It's just not the same though. It's not.
But you don't get that love for it as you do in this. Now this is quiet. It beeps, it bumps, it does all types of noises. That way people can watch out for you. When you're up in those high RPMs, you hear that 3.5 roaring. And once we get an exhaust on this thing, it's gonna feel pretty authentic. Another thing that is very not practical when it comes to Lightning is gonna be towing. Now, I really hope that the Ford engineers have perfected the issue with towing that electric vehicles have. When the vehicle is towing, it's gonna cut that battery life in half almost immediately. Your normal range is gonna get cut at least 50%. And that's something kind of scary when you want to use this as an everyday vehicle. The towing on this truck is pretty good, and you don't have to worry about any range because you just pull over to the next gas station and fill it up. The Lightning's only going to be able to tow at max about 10,000, and this tows about 12.7. Payload on both vehicles is going to be pretty poor actually, because this has a battery on board, and then of course the Lightning has the skateboard chassis and the whole thing's a battery with the motors underneath. So both of the payloads are going to suffer. So if you are somebody who does a lot of work around your house, or maybe this is a work/personal truck, a Lightning is really not going to be the option for you. You should really be looking at the Powerboost.
Another thing why I would like this over the Lightning, being a truck guy, I love to add new mods to my vehicle. With the Lightning, you're not going to be able to add anything. Every week, I'm constantly looking for something else to buy, so I can just keep adding it to my truck and just keep going along on the journey. The Lightning, you're very limited on anything you can add, if there is anything.
Yeah, guys, so part of why I love trucks so much more than cars is because I feel like the thumbprint on a truck is way more detailed. You can really make it your own, and the Lightning pretty much completely takes that away. For instance, for example, my 5.0 that I'm going to get comes with 400 horsepower. After I supercharge it, it's going to bring me up even more. The Lightning has amazing 0 to 60 already, but that's all you'll ever get. There's no journey to making it better. You're not going to want to lift that truck. You're not really going to want to off-road that truck. You're not going to want to tow with that truck. A lot of the personality that you have that shines through with your vehicle, if you are somebody who likes to express that through your vehicle, the Lightning probably isn't the option for you. So honestly, guys, the only two things on the Lightning I like more than this truck is going to be the frunk. And yes, I do like the frunk because as somebody who has to go to grocery stores or just quick stops at hardware stores, whatever it may be, it makes those things super convenient because you don't have to immediately throw a bed cover on your truck. You already have a trunk or a frunk in the front end. The second thing I really like is really just the speed. And honestly, when you have a world with TRXs and supercharged F-150s, it's like there's way more thrill in that. There's way more thrill in hearing that supercharger spool up and really
beautiful,
like that whine that it gives, the noise out the back of your truck that your exhaust is just roaring. That is all personal to you. You can put whatever exhaust you want on your truck and it says a lot about you, how obnoxious it is, how quiet it is. You're not going to get that on the new Ford Lightning.
At the end of the day, it's your baby. It's your baby. That's what it is.
It's you. I like to think of my truck as an expression of myself. If you see my truck, you pretty much know what I'm about.
All in all, I would say that the Lightning is a great option if you're somebody that just wants to say you own a truck or you feel good driving in a truck. You're going to get to avoid those gas pumps. We all know the prices are going up right now. But for me, I like to be in the middle. I might want to go off-roading. I might want to go in the snow. Those are all things I might want to do. I like to hit the gas and I like to hear the engine roar and hear those RPMs go up. I love all that.
Alrighty guys, so I think there's something to be said about the Lightning. Yes, it is for the enthusiast that likes going fast, but who is it really for? Well, in my opinion, it's for the guy who's driven a Prius the last 10 years of his life, or maybe the guy whose wife drives a Tesla and he drives the old crappy Corolla or whatever and is ready to step up their game.
He's always wanted the truck.
Yeah, he's always wanted it and he can finally justify it. Who else is this for? The Lightning's for the city goer because having it out in sort of the country like this is not very practical. Whereas having a real truck and having that real enthusiastic experience, right? Like, we are truck enthusiasts. That is what we want. Whereas the Lightning is for the guy who wants to go fast and maybe own his first truck ever. I'm not too sure, guys. I love the truck. The way it looks can go either way for me, but if you're like Gus, you know the right choice. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you got anything out of this video, please think about subscribing. Let us know what you think. What would you choose in the comments? The Lightning or the Powerboost? We'll see you next time. Peace.